Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
House, I stand to confirm that what you have communicated transpired during the business committee. I confirm.
Thank you very much, Leader of the House. Leader of Opposition.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I wish to confirm that that is indeed what transpired in the business committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader of Opposition. Leader of UDF.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to confirm that what you have communicated to the House is indeed what has transpired in the business committee. Thank you.
Of UDF, and that marks the end of my communication.
General business, motion to be moved by the Leader of the House, that considering that under Section 59B of the Constitution, His Excellency the President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, prologued the 50th session of Parliament on 8th June 2025, and consequently, all business which was on the order paper before prorogation lapsed, and that the 51st session of Parliament was proclaimed on 14th February 2025. I beg to move that the outstanding business which lapsed due to the prorogation of the 5th session of Parliament be resuscitated in the 51st session as agreed by the Business Committee.
Honorable Leader of the House.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that considering that under Section 59B of the Constitution, His Excellency the President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, prologued the 50th session of Parliament on 8th January 2025, and consequently all business which was on the order paper before the prorogation lapsed, and that the 51st session of Parliament was proclaimed on 14th February 2025. I beg to move that the outstanding business which lapsed due to the prorogation of the 50th session should be resuscitated in the 51st session as agreed by the Business Committee. I beg to move.
Thank you, Honorable Leader. Honorable members, I now put the question. The question is that the question is as read by the Leader of the House that business which had fallen off after the prorogation be resuscitated. Those of that opinion say aye. Those of the contrary view say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Government business, motion on the President's State of the Nation address, that this House do agree with the State of the Nation address graciously delivered by His Excellency the President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, on Friday, 14th February 2025.
Honorable Member for Ncheu Central, Honorable Member, you're raising, Blantyre City Central, you're raising an order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I was looking at the order paper and I've noticed that the next business is for the Honorable Member to move a motion that...
Honorable Member, so are you rising on, you've just risen, you give, is it a point of order? Where are you rising?
My apologies, point of order, Madam Speaker.
Yes, what has gone on?
Yeah, so Madam Speaker, the motion is to do with the Sona. My point of order is coming from the people of Blantyre City Southeast. Section 122 of the Penal Code, Madam Speaker, criminalizes the act of providing false information while under oath, which carries
Honorable Member for Blantyre,
particularly
Honorable Member for Blantyre City South, Blantyre City South, Blantyre, Honorable Member for Blantyre City South.
Yes, Madam.
The motion has not been raised. It is irregular. You're talking of something. The Honorable Member wants to raise a motion, and you're already talking on something that the motion has not been raised. So that is irregular. Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Member for Ncheu Chair Central.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Minister of Health and Honorable Member for Mapuyu, go back. Order, please. The Honorable Member was rising. Please go back. Order, please. Order.
Madam Speaker, I stand before you today on behalf of the good people of Onchel Central Constituency, in particular the people of Senior Chief Kwataine, Senior Chief Magwangwala, Senior Chief Jampiti, to move the motion. The President of this country, Madam Speaker, this year's address is not merely a summary of government achievements. It is a testament to the President's unwavering commitment to the principles of servanthood and accountability to the people. 20. Madam Speaker, let me begin by affirming that the state of the national address met every single requirement stipulated in our Constitution as mandated by Section 88, subsection 3. It is not merely a formality, but an imperative for the head of state to deliver this critical address. The President commenced by explicitly outlining the current state of the nation in accordance with subsection 3A, providing a thorough account of the government's future policies. His Excellency, the President, detailed ongoing reform projects, discussed plans currently in motion, and highlighted the existing projects that are shaping our nation's future. Furthermore, he reviewed the policies from the preceding year and demonstrated a readiness not only to present this information, but to actively engage in dialogue by responding to questions posed by members of this House. The presentation offered a comprehensive examination of issues across our districts, ensuring that no area was overlooked. The articulation of future projects was clear and precise, fully satisfying the legal obligations set forth in Section 88, subsection 3 of our Constitution. Madam Speaker, let me remind this August House that this Sona is purely constitutional. I heard some quarters saying the Sona was unconstitutional. That is a blatant lie. Madam Speaker, let me also remind the August House that this House, some years ago, this House was turned into a TikTok because Sona was the ones delivered in this House through a video, Madam Speaker. And the screen was placed where you were sitting, Madam Speaker. And you were watching Sona on a video. Sometimes you can joke, as Malawian, we can joke too much. Madam Speaker, Sona is a rare and significant occasion that brings together the three branches of government: the executive, parliament, and judiciary under one roof. It represents a golden opportunity for the President to address the overarching state of Malawi, reflecting a wide range of political, economic, and social matters impacting our citizens. In this address, the President showcased the government's initiatives effectively and laid down the framework for government's programs as required by law. He made pivotal announcements that warrant our attention and necessitate subsequent debate.
Just the background noise, Honorable Member, so we can hear the Honorable Member inside.
Demonstrating his capacity to engage in critical discussions and provide resolution on these matters. Moreover, during Sona, the President clearly defined the work that his parliament is expected to undertake in direct response to his address. He delineated the government's priorities, which carry significant budgetary implications and demand rigorous oversight from our constitutional mandate. It is essential that, as members of parliament, hold the government departments and the ministries accountable for their budget allocations. Any discrepancies must be addressed, whether through rectification, rejection, or acceptance, based on their alignment with our national objectives. Therefore, let us ensure that the national priorities articulated in the Sona guide all our budgetary considerations moving forward. In his address, His Excellency the President meticulously outlined the milestones achieved during his tenure, providing a district-by-district account of the services rendered by his administration. It is clear that under the leadership of Dr. Chakwera, the government has prioritized equitable development from Sanje to Chitipa, Kota to Nchinchi. Malawians can now access essential services, including health centers, schools, relief food, and relief loans, without the previous bias that saw resources concentrated in a selected few constituencies. Madam Speaker, our children and teachers, the direct beneficiaries of newly constructed classrooms, now recognize that these opportunities have arisen under the diligent watch of the President. Likewise, all citizens who benefit from improved healthy facilities understand that significant investments have been made not only in infrastructure, but also in human resources. Dr. Chakwera has ensured the deployment of qualified medical staff to better serve our communities, truly demonstrating care for our people. In light of the ongoing impact of climate change in our country, including cyclones and prolonged droughts, many farmers have faced significant challenges, leading to inadequate food harvest in certain regions. The ENVER assessment clearly quantifies the number of households in each district requiring food relief. His Excellency, the President, has provided this House with precise figures, detailing the households benefiting from the current distribution of relief means. And no one has disputed this information. Our constituents are genuinely appreciative of this initiative. Madam Speaker, there are two critical points I want to address. One positive and the other different.
I'll give you after. I'll give you after his presentation. Yes.
Let me begin with the positive aspect. Some of the maize being distributed by Dodima is sourced from the NFRA, the official off-taker for maize grown by our mega farmers from the previous year. This narrative deserves recognition, particularly in the inaugural year of mega farming.
Member for Ncheu Central, you can't hear at the back? Mr. Kamal, can you please check with the technicians? Minister of Tourism, can you switch off the mic that you're using? Thank you.
Madam Speaker, I was saying that I would like to address two critical points. One positive and the other deeply concerning. Let me begin with the positive aspect. Some of the maize being distributed by Dodima is NFRA, the official off-taker for maize grown by our mega farmers from the previous year. This narrative deserves recognition, particularly in the inaugural year of the mega farm initiatives. And it is already making a significant impact by helping to feed those in need. In just 2 to 3 years, we will not only achieve self-sufficiency, but will also be in a position to export maize, ultimately generating much needed forex exchange for our country. Now let's address the second point, Madam Speaker. During the 2015-16 growing season, we faced severe crop failures. We struggled to source maize domestically due to insufficient production, compounded by an administration that is sought to shortchange Malawians at every turn. In other words, I am referring to the Carlos Maize Gate. This is where our current administration is distinguishing itself from the previous one through a genuine commitment to truly help Malawians rather than exploit them. It's time to recognize and celebrate that difference. Moreover, Madam Speaker, the narrative that the president's focus resides solely in Lilongwe has proven to be a baseless accusation. Merely a fabricated talk point used to benefit political rivals whose performance over the past 6 years has fallen short. The Malawian populace is increasingly aware of the reality. It is under President Chakwera that developments have been inclusive and widespread. In the Sona we heard, in Sanjay Shitipa, development spread across Equitable without any bias region to region. That's leadership, and that's the president. Furthermore, Madam Speaker, the transformation of the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, from a mere 30 million per year to an increased allocation of 200 million for each constituency marks a significant stride towards fostering development. This enhancement is not funded to us this side as Chakwera Development Fund. This side we call it Chakwera Development Fund. From 30 million to 200 million. And Madam Speaker, this fund has benefited everybody in this August House. Yes. From Cholo, Palombe, Mangochi, Machinga Balaka, Cheu, Mzimba Lilongwe, Mchinji, Chitipa, Malaka, depends on Chitipa North constituency. The CTF has benefited everybody without considering a region, a district, or a constituency. But everybody has benefited, and no one can dispute that fact. If some people return in this August House, it's because of the CTF. And no one can deny that. CTF has done miracles and wonders for our constituencies. And it is under Chakwera administration that the CTF has increased from 30 million Malawi kwacha to 200 million Malawi kwacha. Madam Speaker, when it comes to infrastructure development, the president's record clearly surpasses. Madam Speaker, I need your protection.
Order, honorable members.
Madam Speaker, when it comes to infrastructure development, the president's record clearly surpasses that of the predecessor. Right here, Madam Speaker, in the capital city, the Chakwera administration has accomplished an impressive 80 kilometers of dual carriageways, akin to those found in Singapore. Lilongwe is turning into Singapore, all within just 5 years. In stark contrast, Madam Speaker, his predecessors managed to manage a mega 4.5 kilometer over 6 years. Even if we add up the total time they didn't spend the power, it still falls short of 10 kilometers. Power cuts are now a thing of the past, Madam Speaker. the president decisively ended the foreign exchange trading Agreco generator deal, which had saved for our resources and has successfully fixed our power plants. We are now on track to generate 1,000 megawatts within the next 3 years. I would talk of the next 3 years. We will be generating over 1,000 megawatts in power. That is now powering our mining industry. So that we're able to mine and get forex, which we need the most. Madam Speaker, the rail sector, which was deliberately neglected to favor road transport interest, is being revitalized. Moreover, commercial airlines, Madam Speaker, which hold the flights to the north over a decade ago, will be resuming services next month. I mean next month. The only crime the president has committed in the eyes of his rivals is taking time to rectify the chaos they left behind, while they seek to return and create even more mess. To my honorable colleagues across the aisle, I urge you to recognize that the well-known system is flawless. The isolated instances of misreporting should not overshadow the extensive benefits provided through these various projects. Let us acknowledge as a nation the positive contributions made in collaboration with local councils, resulting in tangible improvements for our constituents. Madam Speaker, let me conclude by highlighting the strides our government has made in delivering projects that directly benefit the citizens of Palombe, Nsanje, and Rumpi. Since these areas have received significant attention lately, I want to address that aspect, Madam Speaker. Firstly, the people of Palombe, I am pleased to inform you, I'm talking to the people of Palombe here. I am pleased to inform the people of Palombe that the president has successfully completed the procurement process for the project to construct houses for our dedicated police officers. And there are people on the ground working. Construction is safe to commence, ensuring that those who safeguard our lives and the properties have suitable accommodation. It is important to highlight that the other side remains silent on how many houses they themselves constructed for our security personnel during their time in power. Madam Speaker, turning our focus to Nsanje, I can proudly confirm that the president has delivered numerous impactful projects benefiting the people of this district. Among them are railway and road projects, twin initiatives that will significantly transform the local economy once completed. However, I urge you to consider the records of the previous administration. What they will not disclose is the number of kilometers of railway they constructed during over 10 years in power. Now, let us not overlook the dedicated citizens of Rumpi. The president has facilitated the development of several crucial projects in the district, including the establishment of Teachers Training College and the Jalila National Girls Secondary School. Madam Speaker, if you visit Rumpi...
Honorable member for Cheu Central, consider winding up the time.
Very, very soon I'll be. I was saying, Madam Speaker, if you visit Rumpi today, go to Jalila Secondary School.
Honorable members, I did recognize Mangochi Southwest and then Mulanje Pale. Thank you. We only have 2 points of orders. We cannot have more than that. I did not recognize you, Blantyre City South. I did not.
Madam Speaker, good afternoon. Without much ado, may I yield my point of order to Blantyre?
Have that authority to yield. It's either you have got a point of order or you don't have. It's up to me to decide, not for you to decide. So you're yielding the floor. I can give to somebody else.
Okay, Madam Speaker, the member who has resumed his seat, a former cabinet minister, a person who did not make it at the convention.
Member for Mangochi Southwest. Can we stop being personal, please? What is out of order, please? Honorable member for Mangochi Southwest.
An honorable member who has an honorable member. Madam Speaker, I need protection.
Members, order, please. Order.
Madam Speaker, is it in order that while seconding what is being said to be a State of Nation address, which Mangochi Southwest does not believe it is a Sona, while doing that, he made allegations. He made allegations that this side Madam Speaker, that it has already provided its response on the Sona. Yet we are here, our leader of opposition is about to say something on the Sona. Is it in order to allege that we have already questioned the Sona, we have already put holes into the Sona, yet we haven't said anything, and we are about to say something about the Sona? Is that in order, Madam?
Thank you, Honorable Member for Mangochi South. Did the Honorable Member of Cheu Central say the opposition has already given a statement? I don't know if I got that. Is that what he said?
Madam Speaker, the honorable member actually said that no one disagrees with the Sona. He alleged that because this is the Parliament of Records, it's a House of Records. He says no one.
But honorable member, let's be serious. Does that mean he's saying you have made a presentation as opposition? I think those are two different statements.
Did he mean that we have agreed?
No. Honorable member, I don't think you saying he said that the opposition has already given their statement, which I was asking, is that what he said?
My point of order is to ask you, Madam Speaker, to put it on record.
Yes, you are going to be given a chance. You will give your side. The leader of opposition will be given time to make his contribution on the Sona.
He should not speak on our behalf. We are yet to speak on it.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Good afternoon. I bring you greetings from the good people of Hanke Village who are struggling to get food. Is it in order, sir, Madam, that the honorable member from Cheu Central insinuated to the House that what he is speaking and what the President spoke was the Constitution? At what position has this House questioned him or the President that whatever the President presented was not constitutional? Because no one, who was he responding to? Because the Constitution allows the President to come to this House to present as the President of all of us. So he has presented. Why is he questioning the constitutionality of the President's Sona? Can he clarify what made that statement not constitutional according to him? Because I'm getting puzzled and he's starting a subject that's to be clarified. Madam Speaker, I want to raise that and I need your intervention. Thank you very much.
Honorable member for Blanche Valley. But you do know, for example, I was announcing cabinet today and I did say that according to the Constitution, you're just affirming that it is a constitutional. It's something that the Constitution says. So maybe that's exactly how it is, that according to the Constitution, because there's so many times that we'll go back and refer to the constitutionality of whatever we are saying. So, thank you. Honorable members, can we continue with business? The second of the motion, Honorable Member for Nkota North East. Honorable Member for Blantyre City South, can you please switch off your mic? Thank you. Honorable members, I know you're questioning why he's coming to give. Yes, he did ask that because of the light, it's better for him here than that side. Thank you. Honorable, proceed.
Madam Speaker, for granting this rare and first opportunity to speak and stand before this august House, and more especially to second the motion which was candidly presented and delivered in this House by the State President on Friday. I would also like to take the same opportunity to thank the leadership of the Malawi Congress Party for giving me this space and to contribute to the speech made by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. Madam Speaker, after going through the Sona, which is the State of National Address, I went through 3 thematic themes. No, not a few remarks, but the Sona covered a lot of key achievements that have been made under this administration in areas of economic growth and development, human security and capital investment, and also in terms of infrastructure development and connectivity, not forgetting good governance and accountability. However, Madam Speaker, I can't go through as the way the President presented it district by district. However, no any amount of pressure from the opposition can change the following matters of fact about the State of the Nation address delivered by the President in this House. It is a fact and undeniable, Madam Speaker, that President Chakwera's district by district approach to reporting the state of development across the country is the most transparent, comprehensive, and eye-opening innovation in the history of Sonas in Malawi. And we need to commend and congratulate His Excellency on this stellar and seminal achievement. Madam Speaker, it is a fact and undeniable that President Chakwera's delivery of the State of the Nation address for more than 240 minutes without any break is a sign of fatigue, is a testament to his physical stamina and intellectual fortitude that sets his miles apart in fitness for the highest office of the land from his rivals. Madam Speaker, I can't be distracted. It is not a fact and undeniable that President Chakwera's Sona contains accurate and compelling evidence of one simple fact that no one in this country can dispute, that President Chakwera has achieved many food security developments, economic developments, governance developments, human capital developments, and infrastructure developments in every district. And all members of parliament seated here, they are testament to the same. Madam Speaker, it is a fact undeniable that President Chakwera's Sona exposes and destroys the disinformation of those who have been going around in these districts, telling Malawians that Chakwera has brought no development in this country. Madam Speaker, let me labor myself to deny further. It's not a fact deniable that President Chakwera Sona has exposed and destroyed the disinformation of those who have been telling Malawians that the new roads, new ley lines, new bridges, new bags of maize, new cash transfers, new water connections, new disaster relief programs, new school blocks, new health facilities, new houses, 30 houses of persons with albinism are not the work of Chakwera himself. You may all recall the time that persons with albinism were attacked in this country. We really commend this initiative by constructing houses in order to ensure security of their lives and property. Madam Speaker, I'll fail my duty if I don't put a record that since the time of this leadership, there is no any person with albinism who have been attacked and who can report his death. Madam Speaker, it is a fact undeniable that President Chakwera's Sona has exposed and destroyed the disinformation of those who have been telling Malawians that the higher CDF allocations, the higher minimum wage for low-income workers, Malawians, the higher earning for the tobacco farmers, the higher disbursement of loans across the country, all corners of this country, all constituencies, are not achievement of Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. Madam Speaker, it is a fact undeniable that President Chakwera's disruption of the disinformation by the opposition, as reasoned by the opposition, including the leader of the House, the leader of opposition, that amount that are about to listen this afternoon was to distract the public's attention from the development President Chakwera has delivered and focus our attention on very petty disputes over the percentage of the progress on a handful of developments. But we are the people of Malawi. We are the people of Malawi, Madam Speaker. We insist that even you remove from the Sona the few development projects whose programs you are disputing, you will be left with the undeniable fact that President Chakwera has delivered more developments in every district of Malawi than any other president in the last 24 years. There is no any president, Madam Speaker, who has delivered like Dr. Lazarus Chakwera in the last 25 years. Madam Speaker, it is a fact undeniable that the development progress that the president through the Sona has highlighted in every district is a foundation for economic prosperity in the years to come in order to address the economic hardships that Malawians are passing through due to climate change, disasters, and the hard sharp rise in global prices for strategic commodities like fertilizer, fuel, and these developments are the seed for the economic harvest that we are fighting for today. Madam Speaker, lastly, it is a fact undeniable that President Chakwera's Sona is the most accurate, empathetic, descriptive of the pains that Malawians have gone through, from a leader who understands the suffering of his people and who is working tirelessly to bring them to better and more prosperous times that are coming as President Chakwera's in the President Chakwera's second term, which whether anyone of you here seated likes it or not, President Chakwera will secure on September 16th this year to complete his work of building a new Malawi. With these few remarks, Madam Speaker, I want to urge the whole House to support and adopt this Sona, and we move forward building this country together. Thank you.
Very much, Kodakoda Northeast. Member, can you switch off the mic, please? Kodakoda Northeast. Switch off the mic, thank you. For Mankibe, you are rising on a point of order. And Honorable Member for Rumpi East. Mankibe.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And my point of order has nothing to do with the honorable member as a person from Kotakoda Northeast, because he's a good friend of mine. I like him. But is it in order, and I need your guidance, Madam Speaker, that this House should fail to differentiate between proposing a motion and a statement that is seconding the proposed motion? Because the honorable member, throughout his statement, never referred to the motion that has been put before us. He was giving another proposal. So we have two proposals to the Sona, because he also ended by saying that I would like to urge the House to support. He also ended in the same way. And he never made any reference that he's seconding. No word anywhere about I'm standing here to second. So I wanted to know whether this is in order, because we now have got two motions on the Sona, and I don't know which one we should adopt. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. But Honorable Member for Mangochi Mankibe, yes, the word seconded by the Honorable Member from Kotakoda Northeast, but I did state that he's coming in to second the motion, because that's what, even on the order paper, it said he's coming to second the motion. But probably, maybe it's just the style that next time we need to include that, just to show that that's what we are doing. Thank you. Honorable Leader of the House, you.
Yeah, Right Honorable, I pressed the microphone before you. There's no standing order that says that when you are seconding, you not mention anything. There's no standing order. There's no standing order that says when you are seconding a motion, you not mention anything new. Thank you.
Rumpi East, and then.
Yes, Madam Speaker. Indeed, I wanted to stand to contribute, but this one is on a point of order indeed. Is it...
Contribute. You can't contribute. If it's a contribution, then you have to wait.
Yeah, but now to a point of order.
Okay. What's gone out of order?
Can you protect me, Madam Speaker, because I'll be wild.
Yes, we're very protected. Can I have order? Honorable members, order, please. Order. Order, honorable members.
Is it in order for somebody that is moving a motion to respond to the outside media outlet responses to Sona? I have this in mind when Ncheu Central.
Member for Rumpi East, you know the rules. If you're referring to Ncheu Central, he was not the one who was on the floor. A point of order has to go straight to the honorable member. So you're referring to Ncheu Central, and yet Ncheu Central is not on the floor.
Even to the one that has just resumed his seat, is it in order for him to respond to the outlet media out there than actually seconding the Sona that is before him? Is it in order?
Thank you. Honorable member for Rumpi East. Well, I think, honorable member.
And I don't want you to respond in a rude manner, because we are here. I am here because the people of Rumpi East elected me to represent them here. I am not here because of Sarima, so-called Southeast. I am here because of the people of Rumpi East.
Yes, honorable member.
Can you please discipline this failed government that they should be disciplined? Because we are here for the people that elected us. And I am not here to be...
Rumpi East. Honorable members, can we please respect each other in the house, please? Please, can we respect each other, please? Honorable members, I now call upon the leader of opposition. Blantyre City South, we only get two supplement point of orders. I'll give you space at some point. Yes. Blantyre City Southeast, yes.
Madam Speaker, thank you for ensuring that I have this opportunity. Thank you for ensuring that I have this opportunity to respond to what cannot by any standard be called a State of the Nation address. I repeat, Madam Speaker, thank you for ensuring that I have this opportunity to respond to what cannot by any standard be called a State of the Nation address. Let me also extend my gratitude to Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, a proven leader who understands what a true Sona entails, the former President of the Republic of Malawi, and indeed the President and torchbearer of the mighty Democratic Progressive Party. And let me also thank the entire leadership of the DPP for giving me the chance to respond. Secondly, Madam Speaker, I sincerely apologize to the diplomatic corps, the business leaders, civil society, and other stakeholders who attended this house last Friday, expecting a proper address, but instead listened to a campaign speech and all those lies. I acknowledge that your precious time was wasted on a speech that would have been more appropriate at a village development committee meeting at the constituency level. Madam Speaker, I felt like there was no need to respond to what President Chakwera presented in this House. For the same fact, it falls short of a State of the Nation address, and it was all lies and self-glorification. My instincts were that I go for the legal path and consider the legal implication of the President's action. However, I acknowledge that this year's State of the Nation address was the last for President Chakwera and his administration before we go to the polls on the 16th September 2025. I make this point deliberately because as we analyze the speech which was all lies, we must not only focus on its content, but also evaluate the past 4 years of President Chakwera's administration. Madam Speaker, I appreciate that the President himself took this approach in his address, reflecting on his years in office by highlighting what he perceives as his administration.
Sorry, Honourable Leader of
achievements.
Opposition. Sorry sorry, Honourable Member for Nkhotakota Central. You cannot interrupt me for point of order. I thought you said the microphone is not clear. Please, Nkhotakota Central. No. Please resume your seat, Nkhotakota Central.
Thank
Resume
you.
your seat.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for protecting me. Madam Speaker, I appreciate that the President himself took this approach in his address, reflecting on his years in office by highlighting what he perceives as his administration's achievements. I also recall, Madam Speaker, that last year, on the 2nd February 2024, in his State of the Nation address, the President presided over a speech marking Malawi's 60th anniversary since 1964. In that address, he emphasized the need for seriousness on how the country conducts itself. He said, quote, "In this 2024 year of our Lord, Malawi turns 60, and a diamond jubilee is no small milestone for the nation. And as far as I'm concerned, it is the latest reminder to all of us that we have no luxury to entertain a lack of seriousness. Therefore, as I stand here, I'm fully expecting that the discussion to be held in this fourth meeting of the 50th Parliamentary session will be done with the seriousness commensurate with the maturation of our nation." Unquote. Madam Speaker, in the current address, the President repeatedly used the term, quote, "state of development," unquote, to describe what he has dubbed, quote, "taking our development forward to continue the progress we have delivered," unquote. These are the guiding principles I used to inform my reaction to the 2025 State of the Nation address. Madam Speaker, the President has outlined various development initiatives, categorizing them as food security development, economic development, governance development, human capital development, and infrastructure development. Madam Speaker, I wish to address these claims, guided by President Chakwera's theme of, quote, "taking our development forward," unquote. While the entire nation has disputed the development he spent time highlighting, I wish to draw attention to two key considerations in understanding what the President means by development. What does the term, quote, "development," unquote, truly mean? What was the state of development in 2020 when the President took office? Madam Speaker, without delving too deeply into academic discourse, the United Nations recognized development based on the work of Amartya Sen, who defined development in one word, quote, "happiness," unquote. People experience happiness when they enjoy freedom. Madam Speaker, I pose a critical question that ties together points of A and B above. Are Malawians happier under President Chakwera's leadership than they were in 2020 when he took over for Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika? To answer this question, Madam Speaker, let us examine the four following key economic indicators. Inflation rate 2020 versus 2025. In 2020, inflation rate was 9%, while today is over 33%. Interest rate 2020 versus 2025. In 2020, interest rate was 12%, and today is 35%. Foreign exchange rate 2020 versus 2025. It was 750 Malawi kwacha in 2020, and today it is about 1,800 Malawi kwacha in banks, while it is over 5,000 kwacha on the parallel market. Fertilizer prices 2020 versus 2025. It was 17,000 kwacha in 2020, and it is 130,000 kwacha today. Price of 50 kg bag of maize, 2020 versus 2025. It was 10,000 kwacha in 2020, and it is over 100,000 kwacha today in some areas. Fuel prices are up, prices of sugar is up, prices of bread is up, prices of building materials is up, transport costs have gone up, the list goes on and on. Madam Speaker, the answer to this question determines whether Malawians are experiencing true development and progress. Anyone claiming to be, quote, taking development forward, unquote, must be confident that these indicators reflect positively on their leadership. If we visit ordinary Malawians in Kasia, Malomo in Chisi, Sakambewa in Doa, Chamama in Kasumu, Njonja in Ndeza, Mwansambo in Kota, and Kapiri in Chinji, will they testify that they are better off today than they were in 2020? No. The president listed numerous development projects that in reality have not improved people's living standards. Roads should transform lives, yet the administration boasts about roads that do not significantly impact livelihood. According to the president's speech, the government has distributed SNEF loans, but entrepreneurs struggle to sustain their businesses due to unfavorable economic development. Madam Speaker, what is the value of loans under such conditions? The administration has provided fertilizer to a few farming households, yet they remain food insecure because the real issues affecting agriculture productivity have not been addressed. We continue to distribute free maize to hunger-stricken families, an admission of failure in achieving food security. Madam Speaker, ordinary Malawians are the best judges of the country's progress. Madam Speaker, ordinary Malawians are the best judges of this country's progress. Furthermore, Madam Speaker, the president repeatedly likened his policies to quote-unquote surgery, implying that Malawians must endure pain for the sake of progress. However, I must emphasize that surgery and pain should have been experienced in his first year in office, not in the final year of his administration. By now, Malawians expected a healed patient, not prolonged suffering. Madam Speaker, President Chakwera has missed a crucial opportunity to demonstrate how he intends to alleviate Malawian suffering in the few months remaining before election. He should have presented concrete solutions to restore forex availability and control the parallel market, which is selling at $5,000 kwacha. He should have mentioned about reduction in the fertilizer prices and ensure timely supply. 3, he should have talked about lowering maize prices. 4, he should have ensured consistent fuel supply. 5, he should support young entrepreneurs struggling with NEF loans repayments. 6, he should create decent jobs for the youth as promised. 7, he should end rampant corruption and ensure the Anti-Corruption Bureau is not used to persecute, I repeat, to persecute opposition members. I repeat, end rampant corruption and ensure that the Anti-Corruption Bureau is not used to persecute opposition members while shielding ruling party officials. 8, assist those affected by cyclones and natural disasters in rebuilding their lives. 9, ensure equal development opportunities across all regions of Malawi, not Kasungu alone. 10, reducing the economy which is in fiscal distress. Madam Speaker, let me emphasize, the President Chakwera's speech was yet another disappointing attempt to justify his administration's failure. It fell short of the seriousness he himself called for in the last Sona. Instead of presenting a clear vision, he relied on political propaganda, shifting blame to the DPP, external factors, and listing incomplete projects as achievements. I repeat, it fell short of the seriousness he himself called for in the last Sona. Instead of presenting a clear vision, he relied on political propaganda, shifting blame to the DPP, external factors, and listing incomplete projects as achievements. Madam Speaker, let me now break down to the Sona page by page. Number 1, lack of vision and strategic planning, page 3 to 10. A true leader should inspire confidence in the nation's future. However, President Chakwera's speech lacked a roadmap for economic transformation. His theme, quote, taking our development forward, quote, page 3, was nothing more than a slogan without a well-defined policy framework to support it. 2, overemphasis on pain without tangible solution, page 3 to 9, page 36 to 38. Throughout his speech, President Chakwera repeatedly reminded Malawians of their hardship, using phrases like, quote, season of sacrifice and pain, unquote, page 3. But pain without a recovery plan is meaningless. Pain without a recovery plan is meaningless. Madam Speaker, the President acknowledged the 44% devaluation of the kwacha, page 8, but failed to outline a strategy for stabilizing the economy. He admitted cutting spending on key sectors, yet ordinary citizens continue to struggle with high food prices, rising transport costs, and failing businesses. While he claimed to have fought cholera and provided humanitarian aid on page 7, he failed to present permanent solutions to prevent future crises. Number 3, failed economic promises, page 6 and 8, 2025, 4045 of the Sona speech. One of the biggest betrayals of President Chakwera's presidency is his failure to deliver economic relief to Malawians. Madam Speaker, in 2020 at Masinta ground in Lilongwe, President Chakwera promised to lower fertilizer prices to 4,000 kwacha per 50 kilograms bag. Yet today, due to his administration pure planning, prices have skyrocketed to 140,000 kwacha. His economic policies have so led to 44% devaluation of the kwacha, page 8, pushing inflation to unbearable level. Meanwhile, foreign shortages persist, yet he offers no concrete plan to boost exports and attract foreign investment. 4, political propaganda versus real development, page 34 to 40. President Chakwera's speech was filled with exaggerated claims of progress while ignoring the harsh realities Malawians feel daily. I repeat, President Chakwera's speech was filled with exaggerated claims of progress while ignoring the harsh realities Malawians face daily. He boasted of, quote, delivering development, unquote, but failed to acknowledge how corruption and economic mismanagement have sold major projects. For instance, Palombe District Council refused President Chakwera's claim that 28 security houses had been constructed in Palombe. The council chair publicly dismissed his claim, and similar exaggerations were made about security houses in Luchenza, Likoma, and other places. In most cases where construction is even underway, progress is still at the foundation level. Madam Speaker, the President falsely claimed credit for the construction of a clinic at Chaponda, which was actually built by Community Forum Organization. The same deception applies to Chaponda Health Trade Center in Rumpi, which remains incomplete despite his claim of completion. In an unbelievable event, President Chakwera, own member of Parliament from Rumpi West, has called the President and his informant liars. Similarly, road construction projects listed on page 40 to 45 are either behind schedule or underfunded. In fact, many of these projects, such as the Crossroad, Kanengo Road, the Lilongwe Bridge, and the N1 road rehabilitation, were initiated by Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika's administration. If not for Professor APM, what would Professor
order on my right, order
President
please.
Chakwera have
Order please, order honorable members.
Number five.
Order please, order.
The fight against corruption. Madam Speaker. Number 5, the fight against corruption. Madam Speaker, President Chakwera claimed his administration is fighting corruption, yet corruption scandals involving his own party members remain unresolved. His ministers, including himself, are implicated in corruption, and the nation remembers how Anti-Corruption Bureau SB Director General Martha Kizuma was harassed for effort to fight corruption in this government. Now his administration is trying to install a puppet SEB director to ensure the Bureau remains toothless. I repeat, now his administration is trying to install a puppet SEB director to ensure the Bureau remains toothless. Number 6, blaming external factors instead of taking responsibility, page 5 and 8, 36 to 38. Instead of acknowledging his administration's failure, President Chakwera blamed external factors. The Russia-Ukrainian war, page 7, COVID-19, page 5, and Cyclone Friday, page 8. While these events had an impact on the African nation, other African nations faced the same challenges, but implemented policies to stabilize their economy. President Chakwera's administration, on the other hand, has failed to take proactive measures. Madam Speaker, when all is said and done, I want to bring to your attention Section 89, Paragraph 3 of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi, and I quote, "The President shall each year, immediately before the consideration of the future budget, attend Parliament and shall address Parliament on the state of the nation and the future policies of the government at that time. B, report on the policies of the previous year. And C, respond to questions," end of quote. Madam Speaker, based on what President Chakwera presented last Friday, we all agree that he did not pronounce any government policy at this time in his speech, let alone future policies. This Sona, therefore, Madam Speaker, is unconstitutional. Madam Speaker, as the opposition, we are wondering on what will be the basis for the forthcoming national budget. A budget that incorporates the September elections should be formed based on an analysis of past policies and projection of the future policies. In fact, Madam Speaker, we, the opposition, will not debate on this constitutional Sona, for it was nothing but a political speech full of lies. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, Malawi deserves better leadership. Leadership with a clear vision and a track record of delivering real results. President Chakwera's 2025 unconstitutional Sona failed to inspire confidence in his leadership. It was filled with excuses, vague achievements, and outright lies. Madam Speaker, Malawians cannot vote again for a president who has lied to the nation on several occasions. I don't want to mention the lies where I'm at pains responding to unconstitutional speech. Madam Speaker, Malawians need a leader who provides practical solutions, not one who glorifies suffering while delivering little. It is time for real leadership that prioritizes economic growth, forex stability, and job creation. Malawi deserves better. And thankfully, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika is returning to redeem his people. As for President Chakwera, the time has come for him to prepare his exit. As for the speech that was delivered, I repeat, it was unconstitutional and does not qualify to be a State of the Nation address. Consequently, it does not deserve a real debate. I submit, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Leader of opposition. Honorable Leader of Opposition, the mic, please. The mic, please. Thank you. Thank you. We had honorable, I have the honorable Leader of the House, and there was honorable member for Nkota Central and the Deputy Minister for, I think, for point of order. Honorable Leader of the House.
Honorable Speaker, please remind him that people are supposed to shake his hand, not him going to shake people's hand. And people should come and congratulate him, but not him going to visit people where they are seated.
We have different styles, Honorable Leader.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. As stipulated in our standing orders, when the leader of opposition is speaking, you cannot interrupt. Therefore, we oblige to that standing order. But he has alluded to so many issues that are not within our standing orders. And I'm quoting Standing Order 97, which is very clear. And if I may be allowed to read, it says, a member shall not refer disrespectfully to the state president in a debate for the purposes of influencing the assembly in its deliberation. Twice, if not 3 times, he has called the president a liar, and that is unconstitutional. And that must be withdrawn. The second thing, he has also alluded in his speech that the president is involved in corruption. And he has to cite that. That is against Standing Order 97. And the leader of opposition is very mindful about this. On a lighter note, as a leader and as a fellow leader, he's trying to insinuate that everything was lost in his time, especially the food security. Why was in Zambia during the Kaloswe era? Why did he go to Zambia? Why was Malawi in food insufficient? Why did you answer all those issues about the maize gate? That's on a lighter note. My time for debate will come. I'll debate. But on a lighter note, why did you go to Zambia to buy maize if Malawi had maize? Thank you.
Honorable members, on the issues that have been brought by the leader of the House, probably the word probably unparliamentary in 103, and on the issue to do with corruption, obviously it's the same thing that we always ask for evidence and supplementary evidence, Honorable Leader of Opposition. Thank you. Sorry? Well, on the, in terms of the evidence, I've said you should provide the evidence. As yes. And on the use of unparliamentary language, Honorable Leader of Opposition, the use of the unparliamentary language, which is in our own rules. Honorable Leader of Opposition, there's a word where he's saying the president lied. I see? Is that what you're saying, Leader? Leader, can you maybe clarify which exactly? Honorable Leader of the House? Honorable Leader of the House, can you clarify exactly?
I am very surprised why I'm asked to clarify. I made my point very clear the table headed, they came to support you, and I've mentioned that he has said the word prior. He has actually said it 3 times. And I don't know what I should be clarifying here. Let's make a decision over this.
Yes. Honorable Leader of Opposition, I think if you check 103, it is the use of the language which I think is being disputed, the word lies. I think that's what is being disputed, and requesting that it should be withdrawn. Honorable Leader of Opposition, you want to respond? You want to respond, Honorable Leader? Honorable Member for Mangoshmankibe, are you rising on the same matter? The same matter? No, I was asking him if he's rising on the... Are you rising on the same matter or not? I'm asking you if... Are you rising on the same matter? Oh, sorry? But I'm asking the Honorable Leader of Opposition for response.
To provide clarification.
To provide a response?
No, clarification. Because I think since we began today, our deliberation, there has been a complaint that the mics giving problems that side. So I wanted to say what I heard because we can hear properly.
Honorable...
So what the leader of opposition said was
Honorable Member for Mangoshmankibe. If it's a response, then obviously it has to be done by the Honorable Leader of Opposition than yourself.
Yes, but...
Yes, so if it's a response...
I'm not responding.
Sorry?
I'm not responding. I'm only saying that what the leader said was that lies found themselves.
Honorable Member for Mangoshmankibe. Honorable Member for Mangoshmankibe. Yes, you cannot be responding on his behalf. You cannot respond on his behalf. Thank you. Honorable Leader of Opposition. Can you switch on your mic, Honorable Leader of Opposition? Please press again, Honorable Leader of Opposition.
Right, Honorable Speaker. What I'm saying is that those places where they said construction had been done is not there. So
can I have order? I need to hear the Honorable Leader.
If it's not lies, then what is it? Let's say another, I can substitute it's not true. All right, we can substitute that it's not true.
Thank you. So you're withdrawing the word lie,
right?
You're substituting.
Yeah.
Thank you. So the word has been withdrawn. Thank you. Member for Kodagoda Central, and yes, Kodago Central, and then there was Deputy Minister of Transport.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to draw you to Standing Order 103. That's the use of offensive expression and offensive word. The leader of opposition, apart from calling the president a liar, he has also called the ACB director as a puppet ACB director. A puppet one. One, Madam Speaker, the ACB director is not a member of this House. He cannot come here to defend himself. Secondly, he has demeaned him. What's the meaning of puppet, Honorable Speaker, if it is not offensive? And the two is referring to a person who is not a member of this House. He has to withdraw as well. He must have... Yeah. Madam Speaker.
The honorable member from Kodagoda Central. Honorable members, indeed in our own standing orders, we cannot indulge in personalities. 1032, indulging in personalities. Sorry? Yes, he did not mention the name, he just mentioned an office. He didn't mention the name. She did mention the office, but not the name. But obviously the office is held by somebody else. There is a person in that office. Yes. Honorable Deputy Minister of Transport.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. I'm rising in terms of Standing Order 102, that a member shall be responsible for the accuracy of the facts that he or she alleges to be true. In his response, the Honorable Leader of Opposition did mention that the developments, beautiful roads that His Excellency the President is building in the city of Lilongwe were actually started by APM, their leader. Madam Speaker, this obsession that everything in Malawi was actually initiated by their leader has reached extreme levels. For the record, Madam Speaker, Malawi's infrastructure development story does not revolve around their leader. In any case, he is not even the father and founder of this country. It was Kamuzubanda who founded this country. And for the most part of his productive adult life, the leader was in the US. He was not even in Malawi.
Honorable Deputy
By
Minister.
the way, Madam Speaker.
Deputy Minister.
Yes.
That is a contribution and not a point of order. What has gone out of order? Just state what has gone out.
Madam Speaker, it's a statement that is actually touching on the ministry for which I'm the Deputy Minister, and I needed to set the records straight. By the way, the road you see coming from Parliament to the roundabout at KCH, if you get to Sanctuary, there was already a dual carriage bridge that was built in the 80s. That was planning for a dual carriage ahead. That was my Congress party, not APM. So we need to set the record straight, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Minister for the clarification. Honorable members, we need to move. Honorable Minister of Justice, are you rising?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thought I should just
To remember, the cabinet ministers, I only gave to honorable 2 members, but the honorable ministers are usually given an extra chance. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thought I should respond to the allegation of unconstitutionality of the Sona as raised.
English.
I am just wanting to clarify.
For members, I think the honorable minister is responding to what the honorable leader of opposition stated.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Are you contributing or is it a point of order?
It's a point of order. clarify.
No, I think he's rising on an issue that has been raised by the leader of opposition.
Is it in order, Madam Speaker? Is it in order that the House be misled by alleging that the Sona was unconstitutional because it did not provide policies in the previous year and future policies, when in fact the President here took a long time to explain policies in the previous year. For instance, for example, if you read the Sona, you will see where it's talked about the policy which came into place of cutting funding in order to provide funds for emergency humanitarian assistance. He also mentioned the policy that he put in place of cutting spending to provide emergency maize to households which were hungry. He also, I remember, said, Madam Speaker, that he cut funding and in fact suspended international travel for 4 months in the previous year. And for the future, he kept saying, after every district narration, he kept saying his policy is to carry forward development. And it was all clear. Madam Speaker, all these things were said in introduction of Sona, and introduction of prelude is part of the Sona. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Justice. Honorable members, it is 9 minutes to 4. I now suspend proceedings for health break. Immediately we come back from health break, UDF leader will be given a chance to make his contribution. So it is 9 minutes to 4. I suspend proceedings. We shall resume sitting at 21 minutes past 4. House suspended.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.